Hi, my name is Tom. Welcome to my Doceri project. We're going to learn about the relationship between intervals and inversion, or in other words, let's discuss inverting intervals. As we know, in the diatonic scale there are 7 notes. If we put them in the order of a circle, we create a diatonic clock. This is a good way to help you understand the inversion of intervals. Talking about intervals, the first thing we consider is the interval size. From A to B is the second interval, A to C is the third, A to D is the fourth, and so on and so forth. Keep looking clockwise. If we go from B to A, we have a seventh. From C to A is the sixth, and from D to A we've got a fifth. However, that would be troublesome as it takes time to count intervals from note to note. And instead, we can actually go counterclockwise. The size of the interval is 9 minus the size of the counterclockwise interval. So, looking back to the diatonic clock we have right here, we can easily see how inversion works. The second is inverted to a seventh, a third is inverted to a sixth, and a fourth is inverted to a fifth, and vice versa. You may want to take a look at how it works on stacked papers as examples. So what we have here is the inversion of interval size from 1 to 8. Then again, back to our magical diatonic clock. Now let's consider the quality of the intervals. As we know, a second with 1/2 steps is a minor second, and with 2/2 steps is a major second. A third with 3/2 steps makes a minor third, and a third with 4/2 steps is a major third. Now let's take a look at this example right here. As we can see, from A to B, it is a major second, but as we invert it from B to A is a minor seventh, and in this example, a minor third is inverted to a major sixth. Now consider the perfect intervals. A fourth with 5/2 steps is called a perfect fourth, and a fifth with 7/2 steps is a perfect fifth, and an octave is a perfect eighth. The rule for perfect interval is even more simple. Perfect is perfect. In this example, you can see a perfect fourth is inverted to a perfect fifth, and a perfect fifth is inverted to a perfect fourth. Besides, there are some unusual intervals. This is where the situation gets a little more trickier. An augmented interval is 1/2 steps larger than a major interval, and a diminished interval is 1/2 steps smaller than a minor interval. The rule for this unusual interval is the same as to major and minors, as augmented is inverted to diminished and vice versa. So these are the 4 basic rules of inverting intervals that we learned today. Thank you very much for listening.